I am Slick Nick, your personal certified Enneagram coach. You can learn more about your Enneagram by watching more of my videos or clicking the link right there. It takes you to Amazon, helps you get this book in the mail. It's only like 15 bucks and you get it within a few days. Man, this thing has made it so much easier for me to understand myself and others. So by the way, my Enneagram is a 7 and I happen to have an 8 wing. And I want to talk about Enneagram 7s because one of the things that makes us special, because let's face it, we're all special, all 9 personalities, especially 4s, because that's what drives them, is they want to feel special. But we're all special. But as an Enneagram 7, I think if we're all special, are we really that special? I think that thought is what kept me from remaining an Enneagram 4 when I was a child. Around 5th grade, I asked myself, I can't be special if everybody's special, so I'll stop pursuing being special. And instead, I guess I morphed into Enneagram 7 to make the most of life. Yes. So here's an epiphany about Enneagram 7s. I'll tell you a true story. Recently, my son, who's in 5th grade, and was at his house, his friend's house, who's also in 5th grade, and I was going there to pick him up. And my son is very well versed in Enneagram now. Well, his best friend wanted to learn his Enneagram. So I brought my book and I went over there and in front of his parents and everybody, we openly talked about, and I assessed him. And I found out that my son's best friend is also a 7. Now his wing is sort of up in the air at this point. It's hard to know for sure, but he definitely, absolutely is an Enneagram 7. And here's what gave it away, because I had to go through like 5 different Enneagram personalities before it hit. And once you find out which ones you are, it clicks. But the first 4 or 5 didn't click. So he's definitely a 7. But this is what gave it away. He told me, he said, I just like to always find ways to become a better person. Like I always want to learn how to be better and to do things better. Now, that may sound like an achiever 3, but it's not. When I was new at Enneagram, I thought I was a 3. But I don't fear failure. 7s do not fear failure. Why? Because we'll always find a way to improve our life experience. We're going to learn from our mistakes. We're not afraid to learn. And that means we welcome criticism. We recognize that to become better, you need to be criticized. Now, there are certain types that can't handle criticism. Like, for example, 9s are not very good at accepting criticism. Neither are 2s, the helpers. 2s are known for wanting to help everybody but themselves. That's the stereotype about them. And 9s, going back to 9s, they avoid conflict. They fear conflict. So if you're telling them that they need to change something, that's conflict to them. Like that's a threat to them. But 7s, we love to be criticized because it may mean we may become better. So we actually embrace it. And I know that sounds crazy. Now granted, yes, there's a difference between someone just insulting us. But I would say no matter what Enneagram you are, emotional intelligence comes into play at some point, right? When you realize that it's always your choice to be offended or insulted or someone hurt your feelings. So they can say horrible things to you and try to insult you, but you have to give them that power. So I can differentiate between an insult and ultimately what is actual criticism. Even if someone criticizes me and it's the worst possible way to communicate that to me, I'm still going to sort through the emotion of it that they're throwing at me. And I'm thinking, but can I still learn something from that? And usually I can. So I think that's interesting. 7s really, truly embrace being criticized because it makes us better. Why have to learn from our mistakes? Why have to live through that when ultimately we can just have someone tell us the answer and then not have to make that mistake and keep wasting our time day after day living life less efficiently than had someone just told us what we could do better. Your comments belong right here.